Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Ryan and today I am having a little bookish day, so I thought I would take all of you along with me. Today I am going to be going to Barnes & Noble, doing some book shopping there and some reading there, and then just spending the rest of the day reading and filling out my reading journal. So I thought I would take all of you along, and I'm really looking forward to just having the day and spending it with books. So I thought before I headed out to Barnes & Noble, I would show you what I'm currently reading, and that is Foxglove by Adeline Grace. This is the second book in the Belladonna series. I'm not sure if it has a name, but this is book 2, and we still follow our main character Signa as she is finding out her new powers. And I don't want to say too much about this because it is the second book, but I did really enjoy the first one. I'm not the biggest fantasy reader. I probably read like 1 or 2 a year, and this has captured my attention, which is good, as well as the first one. We follow our main character Signa, who has the inability to die. Even though everyone around her dies, she finds out that she herself cannot die, no matter how hard she tries, and eventually she meets death, or a personification of death, as a character, and we follow them trying to solve this mystery. And the second book still follows Signa and death, but we have the introduction of a new character, Fate, and we follow them on their journey of solving another mystery. And so far this book is pretty interesting. I did have trouble getting into it because it jumps right into the action from the first book, and I read the first book maybe over a year ago, so I didn't remember all that happened and all of the characters. But now I'm about halfway and it's definitely picking up, and I really like Fate as a new character. I think he's super interesting. I think his past is a really cool inclusion in this story. It adds a lot of depth to not only Fate but also Signa and characters of death as well. So I'm really excited to read more of this. And yeah, so that's all I have to share with you right now, so we can go ahead and get started with the book shopping. I don't have really any books in mind. I'm just kind of looking around. I would like to find I Who Have Never Known Men by, I believe, Jacqueline Hartman, but if they don't have that, then that's not the end of the world. But yeah, let's go ahead and head to the bookstore. Bookstore, and I picked up 4 new books that I'm really excited about. One I have actually read before, so I will start with that one, and that is Small Things Like These by Claire Keegan. I read this one about 1 or 2 years ago, and I really enjoyed it, but I feel like I missed some things upon the first read, so I wanted to reread it, especially because there is a new movie coming out with Cillian Murphy either this month or next month, and I'm really wanting to see that one, so I thought I would give this one a reread. It's also really short, and it's set during Christmas time, so it's a perfect time to pick this one up. We follow our main character Bill, who is a coal merchant living in Ireland in the 1980s, and as he's on his job during the busiest time of year, he stumbles across this church, and he goes into the basement and finds this heart-wrenching secret that the church has been harboring, and he throughout the book is struggling to deal with this newfound secret that he has, and it deals with secrets of the church and Bill trying to figure out what to do with this secret and him overcoming this. And it deals with Bill trying to overcome this secret and figure out the best way to deal with what he's just come across. So like I said, it's really short, and I'm just really excited to reread it, and hopefully I'll enjoy it more the second time around, and pick up on more things within the book. Alright, so the next book I got is by an author whom I've never read from before, which is very surprising considering I have an English degree and I just was never assigned any of her books, and I never came across any of them in like my casual reading life. But I decided to pick up Sula by Toni Morrison. So this is Toni Morrison's second novel, and it follows two young girls who are best friends starting from childhood, and it follows them throughout their lives as they grow up into women, and it also follows their lives as they live in the poorest town, I believe, in this city. It deals with the struggles of growing up in poverty, with the struggles of being a woman, and I'm really excited to see what Toni Morrison's writing style is like, because I've heard about her for years and years, but have just never tried one of her novels for myself. So I'm really excited to get into this one. It's also super short as well, and I'm excited to see what Toni Morrison's writing style is like most of all, and just see how she crafts a story. The next one is one that's been on my TBR for a really long time, but I've never come across it in a bookstore, and I just never decided to order it. But today I saw it on the shelf and I decided to pick it up, and that is Happy All the Time by Laurie Colwin. This book was originally published in the 1970s, but it's gotten a little cover refresh, which I think the cover is super pretty. I really like the illustration style. So this follows two couples and basically just their relationships, starting from when they meet to just the ins and outs of their daily lives, the struggles that they have, the highs and lows of their relationships, and just the writing about the mundaneness of life, but the magic within that mundaneness as well. And those are some of my favorite books. I'm really excited to get into this one. It's also relatively short, which I've said for all these books, if you can sense a trend. Font is kind of small, but that's okay. I'm really excited to get into this one. And like I said, the cover is just super cute. And the last one is a book by an author that I have read before, but I haven't picked up anything else, and that is All the Lovers in the Night by Miyako Kawakami. I've read Breasts and Eggs by her 2 or 3 years ago, and I enjoyed it, but I really wanted to pick up something else by her that was, one, shorter, and two, I feel like just a little bit more my speed. And this one is interesting because it follows a copy editor, and I don't think I've ever read a book with a character who is a copy editor, so I'm super interested in that. And this follows just our main character, once again, with the highs and lows of her life, her trying to navigate through her life, through her job, with new people, just navigating the highs and lows of her life with her job, and just trying to find out a way to move forward when she feels so stuck in her life in the present moment. I love the way that Kawakami wrote her characters in Breasts and Eggs. They were really interesting, somewhat unlikable, which I always find interesting. I just think it's fun to kind of follow those unlikable characters and see what dilemmas they get into. And this one sounds right up my alley, and I'm really excited to get into it. I also really like this cover. I think some people prefer the UK covers, which have people on them, but I really like this style, and it matches my Breasts and Eggs cover, which I don't know where it is. It might be on, oh, I see it, it's on my bookshelf. And this is Breasts and Eggs, which I feel like these match relatively well. This one is significantly longer, but yeah, I really like this cover. I think it's super pretty, and it's also pink, which is a plus. This one was almost 500 pages, so very long. This one is maybe 300, not even. It's 219, which is perfect. So yes, that is my little haul. The colors almost kind of all go together if we remove this one. But yeah, it's a short little It's a haul full of short books. I was looking for one more. I was looking for I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Hartman, but I couldn't find it anywhere on the shelves, even though they said they had it online, but that's okay. I'll get it next time. So yeah, I'm really excited to dive into all of these books. Let me know if you've read any of these and which one you would start with out of this pile. I think I'm gonna save small things like these for maybe the middle of November, but the other ones are a free game for any time. So yeah, that's my little Barnes & Noble book haul. Okay, so I thought I would go over the pages that I did. So this is just the beginning. And so I filled in my reading goal. I read my 58th book, and the color corresponds with the star rating. And then I don't believe I filled in any of these pages, but we have my physical TBR and some book reviews. So you can flip all the way to October, and I filled in, I obviously have to add my pictures, but I filled in my review for Wuthering Heights. So I filled in this, we got my notes and favorite quote, and I just added some extra outlines to these little boxes for my November TBR and books read. As you can see, I want to read Foxglove, Intermezzo, Nothing Like the Movies, Hamnet, Bel Canto, The Rachel Incident, Magnolia Parks, and A Curious Beginning. And then here we have books bought, the amount of books I read, number of pages, average rating, physical books, ebooks owned, and what I borrowed from the library. So I like how this turned out. I just traced some letters on the scrapbook paper, and I like the pattern. It's a little dark floral. So yeah, that's it for my reading journal. So now we've gotten to the end of the video where I have gone to the bookstore, read my book, Foxglove. I'm about halfway through it now, so made a little bit of progress, drank a lot of matcha, did some journaling in my reading journal, and gave you guys a book haul. So we got all those done today in this video, and I hope you really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun filming it and taking you guys with me on my little bookish day. Comment down below the book that you are currently reading, or the books that you're currently reading. Maybe you have one that's on the top of your TBR that you're going to pick up soon. I'd love to know. And I just wanted to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you so much for coming along this bookish day with me. I had so much fun bringing you guys with me, and once again, I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope you have a great day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!